65% of those will be to a Latino family, and 85% of those will be to a first-time homebuyer. So we have worked hard to develop our strategy around marketing to the Latino consumers. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information about the market, and then I'm going to give you the 3 things that we apply every time to our strategy in marketing to Latino consumers. You guys ready? So, first, let's talk about the market. Let's talk about the Latino market. Number 1, household growth. If you guys have read the State of Hispanic Homeownership, Latinos account for 56% of all the household growth over the last 3 years. That's a lot of Latinos and a lot of opportunity for us in the real estate business. I'm Colombian, so I always got to throw a Colombian picture in there somewhere. There's no other reason other than I'm Colombian. How many Colombians? Any Colombians in the room? 1? That's enough. So, the homeownership rate, they talked about that earlier, 46%. So 46%, especially when you have 56% of household growth, only have homeownership. So the opportunity is huge for us. And obviously, you guys know it's huge here in San Diego. And 51% of all first-time home buyers last year was a Latino family. So if you're not working in the Hispanic market, and you're not working in the first-time home buyer market, there's an opportunity that you can capitalize on. So, how do Latinos view success? They view home ownership, 56% of the time, home ownership, not buying stock, not having $10 million in the bank, not owning their business, which we need to change Latinos' minds, but it is home ownership. 56% of the time, Latinos view home ownership as the #1 indicator of success. That's powerful. So why is it 46%? We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Let's talk about the undocumented opportunity. I think we talked about that a little bit on the panel. The undocumented opportunity. So NAR did a study, and we know that there's 11 million undocumented, 11 to 12 million undocumented folks in the country. But what does it mean for the housing industry? What does it mean for us? It means that 3 million of those 11, 12 million would be ready for home ownership if immigration would pass. What does that mean to us as an industry? 3 million of them. The average income of $40,000, they'd be able to buy a house of 173, maybe not right in San Diego, but on the outskirts, 173,000. And it means $28 billion in real estate commissions to us. $28 billion. Who likes making commissions? I like making a lot of commissions. $28 billion in real estate commissions. Did I say $28 billion in real estate commissions? That is powerful. That is powerful. That could change the housing industry for us. So, what do we need to know? Latinos believe in the American dream. Do you guys agree? Latinos are more in touch with their roots today, especially the younger generation. Food, music, the culture. I was born here. I was born in Los Angeles. My kids are already 3rd generation. And I'm amazed at watching them want to be part of their Latino culture more today than when I was a kid. Because they want to connect. They want to be part. They want to eat the food. They want to hear the music. They want to be part of their culture. They want to stay connected, even without us pushing them today. That's important to how we market to Latino consumers, whether they're first generation Spanish speaking only, 2nd, 3rd, 4th generation, because they want to stay connected to their culture. And there is no gray. So there's no gray when you market to the Latino community. That's what we've figured out. I think Peter was alluding to that. Is that when you market to the Latino community, you have to be 2 feet in. It has to be part of your strategy all the way through, not just a little section of your business. And you have to understand the 3 key, I'm going to take this from Ray, the isms. These are different types of isms. These are Latino isms that we use in our business when we do any type of marketing. Whether it's radio, television, marketing collateral, any type of media, we ask ourselves these three questions when we develop marketing. So you guys ready? Number one, we gotta keep it real. So let's talk about keeping it real. Real is being believable. For example, this is not believable. Maybe a few years ago, it was somewhat acceptable, but now it's actually a little offensive, right? Because it's not real. How many Latinos want to go eat tacos because of the Chihuahua? Bilingual Spanish only. Bilingual Spanish speaking only. Does that make sense? No, they're not thinking. Not thinking. So, here's one. I think there's 300 different restaurants for this company, and I didn't want to use a real estate ad. I didn't want to promote any company, but marketing to Latinos is touching on the senses. It's food, it's music, it's social, it's cultural, it's connecting, and that's when you really start to create great material around marketing to Latino consumer. So, let's talk about understanding the cultura. Latino isms. I'm stealing that. Isms. Number one, personalism. Personalism. So what does that mean? You have to ask yourself, does this ad, does this radio, does this media affect personalism in what I'm putting out? What does personalism mean? It means that people are more important than things. People are more important than things. The material items are not as important as the relationship that will form. You guys agree? Because that's what matters most. Relationships matter most. So we get asked a lot in our, how do I tap into the Latino market? How do I tap into the Latino market? And the answer is, you don't. You don't tap into the Latino market. The Latino market is different. The Latino market lets you in because of the personalism that you have, how you have to connect, how you have to make the relationship between your company and that consumer, or you and the consumer, be personal, not about what you're trying to sell them. And once that happens, then you build trust, then you build respect, then you can be the trusted advisor, and you'll be let in to the familia. You guys agree?
Yes.
So, trust and respect is what you're trying to develop with personalism, and that's the first question you have to ask yourself when you're marketing to Latino consumer. Does this have personalism? So trust and respect. Let me give you an example. This is a NARAT member from OC. His name is Felix Duarte. And Felix went up to give an invocation before, in Washington, D.C., before when we were starting off our conference. And I walked up to Felix and I said, man, he's always dressed, he's a sharp dresser, though, right? And he's always dressed so well. And I walked up and I said, man, that tie you're wearing, the handkerchief, God, it looks great, it's sharp. I love it. He said, hold on one second, hold on. Because I was about to go on a panel with Carol Galante, the FHA commissioner, and a few others. And he said, I'll be right back. He takes off, comes back, gives me a little bag, and says, here you go. That tie ended up on me because our relationship was more important. The respect that we had, the way that he connected with me was more important than the value of the tie and the handkerchief. How many times have we worked with a Latino family where the relationship matters more than the decisions that they're making? Because you're helping them make those decisions, and they will, once that trust and respect is built, they'll do pretty much anything you say. How many agents have Latino consumers leave you once you have connected with them personally? Never. Never, because that's part of the Latinoism. It's personalism. So I just wanted to give you that example. So what does it mean? It means you have to build rapport. You have to build rapport in your marketing. You have to be committed. You have to become the trusted expert. You have to use cultura, music, and food. And if you use our nuances, you have to be very careful, because as you can see, really what you're doing is building personalism, not trying to say, finally, a cold Latina That doesn't make any sense. That's offensive. How many of you are offended by that? It's a big company making those type of decisions. Any Puerto Ricans in here? No? Okay. Oh, one over there? Do you like to get drunk? He said, yeah. Hush. That's a stigma. So,